Roughly 56 million years ago, there was an event called the Paleocene-Eocene Thermal Maximum, or the PETM for short. This was the hottest that our planet has ever reached, and the temperature was raised by about 9 to 14 degrees. It lasted roughly 100 to 200,000 years, and a lot of species did go extinct, especially in the Earth's oceans. The North and South Pole were tropical destinations at this time, and carbon levels were doubled. Today, climate change is happening at a rate 5 times faster than it was during the PETM. It took about 6,000 years for the temperature to raise by 1 degree back then, versus today, it takes about 150 years. Obviously, we can't solve this problem in our lifetime, but we can start. We can create initiatives and organizations designed to help our planet. Right now, it's much more of a political issue rather than a social one, and this is something that's hindered it very much in the past from making real change, or at least there being a full-fledged effort at helping the planet. It's also important to help people gain a true understanding about what's happening, because many people just rely on their political affiliation to decide how they feel about it. Fossil fuels, in a nutshell, are essentially vast amounts of animal remains from millions of years ago that slowly compacted under the rock over time to create substances like oil, gas, or coal. All of these fossil fuels release large amounts of carbon into the air, and this is a problem because carbon is a greenhouse gas. Now, greenhouse gases trap heat, and so heat that is in the atmosphere that normally would be escaping into space is now being trapped in the atmosphere by this carbon. And so that's causing ice at the poles to melt, really especially the North Pole. And so the ice at the North Pole, which normally is reflecting sunlight, is melting very quickly, and that melted ice is becoming dark seawater. That dark seawater absorbs sunlight, and so with the carbon absorbing sunlight and this melted ice becoming dark seawater also absorbing sunlight, it creates a positive feedback loop where the Earth is just getting warmer and warmer. And this has been happening, or at least we've been aware, since 1988. In June of 1988, Dr. James Hansen testified before the Senate that he was 99% confident that human-caused global warming was already happening, and that was in 1988. Liberals and conservatives did initially agree that they would tackle climate change together, but it didn't take long for fossil fuel companies to begin funding million-dollar think tanks designed specifically to discredit climate science. Companies like Exxon, Chevron, and Shell all funded think tanks. They also lobbied against many congressional bills that were designed to help the planet. They also even cast doubt on Dr. Hansen himself. They tried to discredit Dr. James Hansen. Exposure to polarized outlets has also led many people to a bias that is much more extreme than it would have been, such as Fox News for conservatives or CNN for liberals. These very polarized outlets contribute to biases that may not have been had were they properly educated about these issues. Now, obviously, this is a very difficult thing to tackle. We use cars every day. We use planes every day. Many of our homes use natural gas. Some parts of the world even still use coal to generate electricity. Obviously, this is a huge overhaul, and we can't change the entire world overnight. But I think that we can begin. I think that we can start these initiatives, these organizations to begin fostering change. And I think it's also important to realize that people are already doing that. There are organizations dedicated to planting forests, to developing clean energy, and to helping our planet. And lastly, I think it's important to ask ourselves, is this worth it enough to us for our children? I mean, is it worth the effort to slow down climate change, to have a plan, to hopefully keep our world habitable? Or are we only worried about ourselves? This is the only planet that we get, and I think that it is worth every bit of effort that we have to save it.